Hello, everybody. Welcome to our regular Sunday live stream. This week is special because first, it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. I hope you're having a lot of good time with family, Zooming in, Skyping, or whatever you can do to connect right now without having to travel far. So, yeah, and wishing all the mothers in our lives the happiest Mother's Day so they feel appreciated and they know how much it means for us what they do. And, they raised us, so obviously, some did a great job. I'm joking. Everyone did a great job. So, you guys, today I am dressed up like this and I have all this makeup on, which is not my usual look. You know me, I don't like to wear makeup. But I'm doing this today because right after our live stream, I'm about to record a very special birthday greeting for somebody. So stay tuned. And I don't know if it will be publicly shared. That's why I decided to do kind of very similar program right now with our live stream for you guys. Hey Norman, hey Dylan, hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. So happy to have you all here. Before we go on though, if you haven't checked out our this week's episode of Musician Today podcast, on Tuesday, we had an interview with an amazing HAYDN Vitera. He is an awesome metal violinist who also works with Mark Wood and plays a Viper, and all his music is just amazing. So I bring you artists, guys, that I personally enjoy, that I love, and I want to learn from because I admire what they've achieved in their career, because I love what they're doing, and I know that you can also learn from that if you listen to their stories and listen to their music and watch how they grew to become who they are today. And this is the main goal of my podcast, is I want to bring you what I've learned from these amazing people. So I really hope you enjoy that. Tuning on Musician Today podcast on iTunes. I think it's called Apple Podcasts. Yeah. Find us there, Musician Today podcast. I'm there. And you'll see my picture also in red. I like red, so there's a red dress and me in a red dress in there, so you can't miss it. With a violin, you'll see me. You can't miss it. The picture's there. Thank you, Dylan. Thanks, guys. So please wish all your mothers in your lives happy Mother's Day today from us. And meanwhile, this is a very special greeting for all my friends and family who had their birthdays in this past month, and there have been a lot actually. Starting with my sister, the end of March, then a lot of my friends from school in April, some of my friends from composition program that I was in, then we had birthdays. We have a birthday today. Today is Bob's birthday. Bob is dad of my boyfriend's, who's always a big supporter of my music and huge supporter. So I wanted to do something special for everyone who had their birthday during this past month. So here we go. Happy birthday to everybody who's born around this time. I know it's quarantine and I know we can't go out and have a party, but it doesn't mean we can't have fun. So we can still have a virtual party for all of you guys. Hey, David, listening in from Newfoundland. Woohoo! I'm from Toronto, so hey, Norman, Dylan, we have quite some people here today. Awesome. So to continue, I wanted to do for you guys what I'm going to do for my special birthday guest today. It's going to be a private video. I'll try to share some of it actually on social media, so we'll see. But I'm going to do the 3 songs that I planned for this program for today. And I hope you enjoy them. They're all original. They're my originals because the people that I'm wishing happy birthday to are actually big fans and supporters of my original stuff. So I want to sort of show them what we've done with my album so far. And I think like these 3 songs speak pretty well for it. If you guys want to actually learn more about my background and how I became a musician, and I've always been a musician, I think. But there is an article that is shared right here in this caption below, above. If you're watching on YouTube, it's below me. If you're watching on Facebook, it's above me. So go ahead, check it out. It's with the Unrated magazine. And Dan Locke is the editor, producer who released it. So thank you guys for your detailed interest in me and my life. I don't think I've ever had such a detailed interview so far. It honestly took me a couple hours just to write up the answers. So yeah, thank you guys. There's a lot of detail about my childhood, about my starting in the composition and how I came to do what I do. So if you're curious about that, which is what I'm curious about when I meet people, so I ask them these questions in my podcast. So go ahead and you can read that about me as well. I'm also going to be doing another interview. So I will be interviewed this time. The host becomes the guest. I'll be interviewed in June for another podcast. I will let you know when we have more detail. Meanwhile, we'll just like in conversation, it'll be like, hey, what music do you want me to play? That kind of stuff, So yeah, stay tuned for that too, guys. It's going to be fun. Here we go. Here is the first, I wouldn't say single, but it's the first song on our album that was released as a single first in December of last year. And that is the video that we shot with Jacob on the green screen. It was the first video we did of this series. And I hope you guys enjoy it, because I know you enjoyed the video. So here's Wall Brothers. So that was Wall Brothers. Hey, Gerald. Thanks for watching. Then we have Donald, William, David, Dylan. Hey, guys. Hey, everybody. So this was the Wall Brothers, but it's a little different than the original that you know. It's a concert version of a song. So as soon as the quarantine is over, we were actually in the process of planning of a concert before the quarantine, but luckily that didn't happen because we would have to cancel it. So as soon as our lockdown, quarantine, pandemic is subsided, then we will plan for the concert series in this coming year, and it's going to be amazing, you guys. I promise. We've wanted to do this concert for at least 2 years now, so it's been a long time building up. This will be so fun. So we'll start locally in Toronto first because that's where we live. This is our home right now. And from then on, I'm hoping to go all around Ontario, then all around Canada. Then we'll go to US. We have some big fans in UK, so would love to go there. Hey, Ray, thanks for watching. Hey, Tony. Tony, you're going to love this next one, actually. Speaking of the beautiful flowers and all these things, this is Kolomyka. That is from my Ukrainian heritage. So I picked 3 songs today because I feel like they speak the loudest for my album. One of them is very cinematic, inspired by the Game of Thrones. All of it is inspired by the Game of Thrones. But this second song, so the first one was for Jon Snow, right? So, the Wall Brothers is for the Night Watch, obviously. And this one is for my background. It's a Ukrainian song. It's a Ukrainian round dance. Kolomyka means a round dance. We make a round. Kolo is a round. We get in a round and we start dancing and having fun and celebrating all the, seasonal change and harvest and planting and gathering and stuff like that. So we're very agricultural country and we're close connected to our earth, so we grow our own vegetables and fruit. And back home, that's what I did with my grandma. We made our own apple juice, guys, and it's the best ever. By the way, if you're buying apple juice, if it's bright and nice yellow color, it's fake. Don't eat it. Apple juice is brown because it has a lot of iron in it. So as soon as you juice the apple, it turns brown. So if it's brown juice, that's a real apple juice. You can eat that one. Okay, here is Kolomyka. to Ukrainian Summer. So I love this song. It came so naturally because I played a lot of gypsy music, a lot of Ukrainian, a lot of Slovakian music, a lot of Hungarian and Romanian music. And it also is influenced a bit by klezmer. So this tune that you're hearing is a compilation of all the things that I've put together from my background and experience of playing in the gypsy band. By the way, I'm still in touch with a lot of these people. Alexandra, for example, Lesya, she's a violinist, an amazing lady. And Jacob actually met me through the gypsy band as well. So we connected then. And, it was a long time ago. It was like 10 years ago. And finally, a few years later, I was able to start producing my album with him. So, yay. So happy about that. Thank you, Tony. Very traditional. What a nice kick. Thank you. Thank you, Tony. I thought you would like that one. So I play this song at Russian and Ukrainian festivals in the summer. Normally, we would have one run now. But obviously, with the quarantine, it's kind of postponed. But I don't see why we can't enjoy it online like this, right? I myself watch a lot of videos right now and, just doing research mostly for stuff that is cool to do, that people will enjoy, that I could do for you guys so that we can enjoy that together. And I find it that a lot of these kind of organizations go online and have online concerts. Speaking of which, my school where I teach with my students and teachers and everybody, we're making a concert, teachers concert. So we were supposed to have one live in April, the end of April, but because of all the lockdown, it didn't happen. So we are preparing something really awesome for you guys. So stay tuned, because as soon as it's live, I'm going to share it everywhere. So it's going to be epic. It's not just me, it's other musicians too. But you might have seen a post where I shared saying something epic's coming and I'm playing on the balcony. That's part of it. So it's just one little sneak peek. So stay tuned. It's going to be amazing. Hey, Joanne. Joanne, yes. Hi, thanks for all the love and hearts. How are the people in Europe doing with all this? I don't know actually, Tony, because I don't, have family in Europe. I have family in Ukraine and Russia, but it's not quite European. I don't know, like, I know, so I have some contacts that I'm doing collaborations with in Italy. And they basically say they're staying home most of the time, only go for basics, and they're doing a lot of shows from the balcony, I know. And actually, speaking of Europe, this coming Saturday, tune in, guys, because I have an awesome artist from France. I have a brilliant violinist on my podcast, and she's going to share with us not only what they're doing during the quarantine right now, her amazing music, her amazing story, and I really know that it's going to inspire you too, so tune in, all right? So if you want to know how they're doing, the best way is to ask the actual person who lives in Europe, and we're better than France. So tune for that one on Saturday noon, okay? So with you now from Dayton, Ohio. Yay! Hi, guys. Thanks for watching. So glad to have you all guys here. So, listen, I have to go soon, but I do have one more song for us today, and that's personally my favorite one because it's, as I was saying, these three songs, they are kind of like the highlights of the album. Like, they're all good, but these three are so different because they're showing the different parts of my inspiration and influence in this project. So the first one was inspired by Jon Snow and the Night Watch and the White Walkers and all of that stuff that's happening in the Night Watch and Beyond the Wall. Then we have the second song I just played called Makeout. It's inspired by my own heritage, which is something like what I would put into the show if I was in the Game of Thrones myself. Then this last one is called Horseman, and I premiered it first time on television during the Being Frank show. And Frank D'Angelo has been so great. He's been a friend on social media and, now beyond social media too. We finally met in person. It was such a pleasure to perform for them at the studio and get so many people to see my show on Being Frank show. That was so amazing. It was so exciting. We were waiting like on the edge of our chair and sofa like this. Like it was really fun. So thank you so much again, Frank. I hope you're doing well during this quarantine, and if you're watching. So yeah, and your family too, and your beautiful granddaughters. They're so cute. And puppy, yeah, I love it when people post their dogs on. Yeah. Cool. So, what I'm gonna do today now is one more song that speaks for my sort of newer influences, and something that I started being interested in throughout my university career is the Eastern cultures, and I feel like I actually have some relation to it. So this is a Mongolian-inspired song, horsemen, right? So they're horse riders, and in Game of Thrones, we had a reference to Mongolian culture through the Dothraki, the Dothrakai, as the George Martin actually puts them himself. So they were the horse lords, and they knew how to tame horse, and yeah, and tame a horse, and it was like their thing. They were really good riders. So this next song is for the horsemen. Yay! This is one of my favorite songs on the album. Horseman inspired by the Mongolian culture, by Tuvan and Mongolian. All the Eastern throat singing. I'm not an expert on those, but I know somebody who is. And ever since I heard that done in person, I was so inspired by it. We had a TA, like a teaching assistant in my school when I was in my first year of university. His name's Alex Glenfield. He's actually very well known for the throat singing techniques and different Eastern singing techniques. If you look him up on YouTube, Alex Glenfield, you guys have sent me his video once and you said, look, check it out. And I was like, that's awesome. I studied with him. I'm not a vocalist per se, but I love the texture of it. I love the culture. I love the nature-inspired music. I'm also following Yuliana Krivoshabkina. Yeah, she is a player of that Jew harp. Yeah. She's amazing. She actually lives and travels all around Kazakhstan and Almaty, and she's great. She's so great. Mm. Yeah, Tony says I can't always watch the lives, but I catch on replays. Oh, that's awesome. You guys, yeah, same here. I know you can't always stay for the whole thing, or you have to do something, or like your kids need you or something, right? So sign up with my email list and don't miss it. You can also subscribe on virabermenka.com, right? There's a link to subscribe to my email, and that means I will be sending you these replays the next day after we did them, so you don't miss anything. Right? Oftentimes, Facebook is great, but oftentimes videos get lost because there's so many. So you will have to take some time to find them, right? So the easiest thing to rewatch is to add your name to my email list and your email, right? So I can send these back to you. And then when you do that, for the first 10 emails, you're going to be getting these songs from me free for your listening and download. I'm giving away my downloads, you guys. You just have to enter your name in the email. That's a lot of giveaway. That's all of the 10 songs. Yeah, I think I'm sending all 10. Anyway, if you don't get something and you're in my email list, you can always write to me and say, hey, Vera, I didn't get this one. Looking forward to it. I'll be like, hey, sure, I'll send it to you. Okay. So you guys, that's one thing. Another thing I wanted to bring up is that this week, some people wrote to me that they haven't received their disc yet. They ordered my CD. Where is it? Oh, it's there somewhere. My CD, my Iron Fiddle Saga CD, and it hasn't arrived for about 3 weeks or 4 weeks. So don't worry, don't panic. Postal offices are really busy right now because of the quarantine. People are sending a lot of packages back and forth to their families and, to letters as well. So I have a friend who lives in Burlington, and it's not that far away from us to them, but I sent him a disc during the coronavirus, and it arrived a month and a half late. So that happens. I'm sorry about it, guys. But listen, what I will do from now on, I know Michael is still waiting for his disc, and what I agreed to do is that from now on, all the orders on my CD, if they're within a driving distance from my home, within Toronto, I will deliver them to your mailbox myself. All right? I'll put them in a neat package, write my name, write your name, and say thank you, and I'll deliver them to you, okay? So don't be afraid to order your CD. If you ordered it this past month and it hasn't arrived yet, it's coming, okay? Just please be patient with me because I cannot be in charge of the postal services. It's something that affects us all globally, and they cannot also keep up with things that are going through right now. So a lot of people are sending packages, right? Because they have no other way of communicating with their family, some of them. So yes, please keep that in mind when you order a disc. You might not get it for a month or so, but it doesn't mean that you won't get it. You still will get it. If it's been a month and you haven't received it, please write to me, okay? Then what I will do is I will actually get one and I'll try to bring it to you in some other way. Or maybe I'll try to, track it. So you guys, don't worry. You can still order my album on virabermenka.com /shop, right? It's the first thing in my shop. I have some cool stuff in there too. I have some shirts and hoodies and whatever, blah, blah, blah. That if you like mugs are really popular because they're cool because I love to drink tea. And there's a warrior themed mug. So it's with me and my friends, sending you kind of best wishes and stuff like that to get your day started with your favorite coffee or tea. And, yeah, so you guys have to run now because I need to send a message to somebody for the special birthday wish. And I hope you have an amazing day. Happy Mother's Day. Cherish your mothers. Tell them you love them. Make sure you get in touch with the family. What happened there? Who sent an angry face? No way. Hey, George. Taking your time and sharing your music. Thank you so much, George. Yes, I love sharing my music. If I could do this all day, I'd be the happiest ever. But I also have students and I also have other clients and I have projects that I have to do. So I would love to do this all day with you guys, but I have to also make a living. So buy my album. Help me pay for my next album. It's at virabermenka.com /shop. As always, you can't miss it. Tony says, I drink from my Vera mug during Zoom meetings. Yay! Awesome. Thank you. I'm so glad. I drink a lot during Zoom meetings. All my students I teach on Zoom right now. So we're pretty good with that. Excellent. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Michael, for your patience, for waiting for your album to arrive. I know it's coming. And if you don't get it yet, I'll just, I'll come and bring it to you. I'll bring it to your mailbox, right? If you guys live within a driving distance from me, anywhere in Toronto, Greater Toronto area, that's within reasonable distance that I can actually deliver them myself. So if you do, order, don't worry about it. I'm actually gonna get them to you. So have an amazing Sunday night, and I'll see you guys soon.